I worked at a hotel as a waiter. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't easy, but it paid the bills. And I was learning in my own slow way. One evening, I was serving a couple dinner. They seemed successful, confident, calm, and at ease with themselves. I brought their food, took their orders, and I made small talk like I always did. Then in a quiet moment, the man looked at me and he really looked at me and said something that I'll never forget. He said, "The man you are today cannot sit at the same table with the man you want to be tomorrow." I froze. His lady looked at him. She was curious, but she had a smile on her face like she wanted to ask why he said it. He just smiled at her and then he looked back at me and said, "That's all. That's for you." I didn't know what to say. I nodded, I smiled, but inside me something shifted. For days, I kept hearing his words in my mind. The man you are today cannot sit at the same table with the man you want to be tomorrow. I began to notice all the ways that I had been holding myself back, all the habits that I had, the wasted hours, the endless excuses. I realized that I was pretending. I had been pretending that I was working hard towards something, pretending that I was trying, pretending that I was enough. I realized that if I wanted the man that I was dreaming of to be at that table, I couldn't stay the man I was today. So something had to change. The truth hit me harder than I expected. So I started small. I started waking up earlier. I started focusing more at work, taking care of myself. Every action was deliberate. Every action was intentional. And every choice I made was a test of whether I was serious about change. It wasn't easy. It wasn't fast. I failed sometimes, and sometimes I wanted to stop and quit, but I kept hearing his voice, and his words became a challenge that I couldn't ignore. Growth is lonely. It separates you from your old habits. It separates you from people who are not moving. It exposes your excuses and it exposes your fears. It exposes your weaknesses. But staying comfortable, staying the man you are today, that would hurt you far more than anything growth required of you. I began to notice changes in my life. I began to notice that I wasn't waiting for permission anymore or looking for approval. I was building myself step by step, day by day, and slowly I began to see that that man I wanted to be could really sit at that table. I'm not perfect, but I'm almost there. What table are you sitting at today? And what table do you really deserve? You have to build yourself. You have to choose discomfort over comfort. And you have to face yourself honestly, brutally every day. And then and only then, the man you want to be tomorrow will finally have a seat at the table.